A verdict in a landmark social media trial found Meta and YouTube liable for creating products that led to harmful and addictive behavior in young users. The verdict comes as the AI wars are heating up. Joining us now is CNET editor-at-large Scott Stein with the latest tech headlines. Scott, great to see you. What does this verdict against Meta and YouTube mean for social media users?
Well, it's a breakthrough in terms of finding them liable for that type of behavior influence. And the direction here was that it's actually the algorithms and the social network themselves that generate this type of undesirable behavior, addiction. And in the past, people who hosted content were seen on the internet as not being responsible for that. This is different because it's about the algorithms and the design of the sites themselves. And going forward, will that mean there'll be more lawsuits and that more verdicts will come down this road? The settlement relative to all tech deals is small, but these things could mount up, and they also might pressure tech companies and media and social media companies to finally change a lot of their policies. Maybe it changes what you opt into or what they have to tell you. A lot of that feels really overdue. But yeah, and also how many people who are younger are allowed to sign up for it, or how many companies want minors to sign up for social media.
Yeah, because we talk about the algorithm, and that's how these companies make their money. So do you think that could ever change, or are they going to keep that going and just put more restrictions and safety protocols in place?
I would think the latter, because everything's about the algorithms now, and also AI all over the place is about algorithms. And so I feel like the number of, already we're seeing the number of algorithmic manipulations and permutations growing with what social media and the internet are capable of. But I do think this is going to force or precipitate the ability for companies to finally have more visibility on this. A lot of the rules on privacy, a lot of the policies are really opaque on social media and AI at the moment, and they have been for a while. So hopefully this creates some change.
All right, I want to pivot to the new AI war. Anthropic is now challenging the popular AI platform OpenClaw with Claude. Very confusing, all these names. And that's an AI assistant that uses your computer. Is this creepy? Is it cool? What's your temperature on this?
I'm definitely on the creepy side, because I have been hesitant to use AI in general in my own life. I've been dipping into it increasingly because everybody is, but and also I'm a tech reporter. But I don't want to give a lot of control to AI over my important things. I'm already nervous about what I upload to different AI sites and bots. Now, I mean, this is a beta type of software or beta feature for pro users of Claude. It also apparently gives you notifications to give you heads up before it does something. But I do think at some point we're going to be headed down the road where operating systems will probably have a lot of these types of functions built in, and they already kind of are getting there bit by bit. But I think the need to build it responsibly, to understand where those limits are, again, getting into the idea of like what you're opting into. I need to understand that. People need to understand that there's a lot of risks here. I wouldn't want to get in early on experimenting with something like this unless I knew I had walled off what I was testing really, really well.
Yeah, I think it's very safe to say if you're not a little bit concerned about AI, then you're probably not paying attention. DoorDash drivers can add a gig while on the job training AI robots. Can you talk to us about this new task app?
Yeah, so it is, you get paid these little gig prices to do different tasks where you're doing things that are eventually going to be used for AI training. It could be, scanning something or having a conversation in a certain language that could be used for translation. In one sense, I feel like, well, they're paying people for the data that they're using, as opposed to a lot of AI apps and programs right now that are just scraping the data. But it also feels like a temporary step. I mean, how long will it be until a lot of these AI that are being trained will then make these types of gig work and training unnecessary? And also, how much will it disrupt other people? I mean, we're already seeing that with car drivers, with a lot of robocars that are coming in and taking over a lot of those jobs. And I feel like, this is clearly being used to try to automate some things. So it feels like a real double-edged sword. Right. But it does feel like a direction that we're probably going to see a lot more of. And I think the idea of paying people for that is interesting. That being said, I just did this art experience at South by Southwest where you wore a pair of glasses that simulated just exactly this type of thing. A kind of dark, dystopic experience called Body Proxy that was asking me to do gig work to train the AI. So, I mean, you know, I felt pretty creepy doing it, and it made me wonder about the future of us as physical labor for AI. I don't know. It's definitely a strange type of a new direction.
No kidding. I mean, it looks like they're training AI to do my job or the worker's job.
I mean, in their dreams, they will be. I mean, I think, you know, the question is whether they actually succeed will be something else. But I do think that's the training phase for a lot of AI programs is still happening right now. And so and especially stuff in the real world. In the physical world, what they call physical AI, or for training for maybe eventually robots. Right now, as opposed to, you know, putting text into something, now they want stuff in the real world that the AI can begin to understand what's happening at this place, or when you're doing something. That stuff I see on glasses when I look at smart glasses too. They're all trying to get contextual with the world around you.
Wow. Scott Stein, CNET editor at large. Great to be with you.
Hey, thanks.